Hi, this is Barry C. Paul coming again at you at YouTube with another little nugget of a story here that I have for you. Now, this one is pretty embarrassing, but because of what I did, I had to promise my special creature I would let her tell you this story, because I lost one of her cards. Well, the first trading card I made, I lost it the day when I just made. It was of her, so I lost it. And it kind of hurt her that I lost the first call with her on it. So she asked me how will I compensate her for this. So I said, what would you like? She said, well, how about if you let me tell a story, in this case the most embarrassing story that you consider the most embarrassing story that I have. I tell it to the people on YouTube. So I'm going to tell you that story. Alright. It involves one particular creature. Let me, where's that my bag at? Let me see if I can find her real quick. Okay, here she is. This is the creature that made me promise to tell you this story. So, no matter what you think, I'm going to tell you it anyway. Alright, this is what happened. During one of my communicational sessions with my with my celestial creatures, you know how you subconsciously do something and you don't really think about when you do it, but you do it. Okay, I would just draw it, and then all of a sudden we were talking, and just as a playful gesture, I reached over and scratched her ridge plate. Now, ridge plate is the hood on her head, and I found out something that I never thought I would find out about these creatures. The hood plate is what you call an unrottenness zone. You know what that means. It means that if you scratch about a horse behind the ear, it just goes bananas with pleasure because it really enjoys it. So that's what I did. I scratched her ridge plate. And when I did that, she went totally ballistic. She started saying stuff to me. And at first it was very embarrassing because what she was saying was, basically what she was saying is that she kind of was in love with me because I scratched the ridge plate. And so, now if you look at my picture of the cosmic Ouija board, you see all kinds of symbol words and things on it. I swear, it's true, true love. And then on the left-hand side, at the very corner, it says soulmate. Okay, and that's what she said. She said, little one, that's really pleasurable, and coming from a soulmate. She called me a soulmate, and that was so embarrassing because here we have this big old creature. Besides, he could dwarf this house, bigger than this house is. And she called somebody that probably don't even come up to the very top of her ankles or calves. She called him a soulmate, and she said certain things that, well, I said, I never expected to hear coming from anybody. Even if I had a girlfriend, I wouldn't expect to hear this coming from me, you know. But anyway, she called me a soulmate, and she told me that she loved me, and she wanted me to, she said if I was in her dimension, she would, oh boy. She said she would take me to her mating field, and I almost died with embarrassment. I almost laughed my ass off because it was so funny, but embarrassing as it was. I got. If you could ever see a person blush, it would have been me that day. And so after she said these things, one of the little baby celestials came along. His name is Chip. And he really was the equivalent of rolling an owl. He explained it to me. He said, Barry, I'm sorry I didn't tell you this when I picked up what you were about to do, because I could have told you don't do it, because so she's going to harass you about that for God knows how long. So she's been harassing me every once in a while. I think about it, and then he said, are you going to scratch my ridge place today? I say, not likely. I say, how long does this last? She says, oh, about 1,000 years. I say, oh, well, it looks like I'm going to be out of the picture before then. And I say, so you'll just have to get you another man. And that's when the fun really began, because see, she has many boyfriends. In the world, boyfriends are just like anything else. And there's one particular male in that world who came through telepathically, and he came out and started talking to me. And he was playing when he did it, but he said, so now you're the rival who has won the affections of my soulmate. He said, well, man, me and you gonna have to meet on the field of honor, because I'm taking you out in the field, and we gonna step out on the proverbial carpet and have it out. So I started laughing. If a celestial can laugh, it was the way he did it. he has a laughter, but it was like, it's not like normal laughter. It's kind of like a grumbling sound, like. So anyway, after he had a joke, it got back to her, and so now whenever I talk with her, she mentions all these things. So now that's part of the story about that. That's one of the little embarrassing stories she tells. But it's like the bearskin rug kind of thing. It's something you wouldn't tell certain people in polite. I'm not polite company, but in company where men and mumble and tumble, you wouldn't sit there and tell somebody about feminine things that somebody told you. Not that that's trying to put down feminine, but simply that it's embarrassing because, you know, that kind of stuff is things that you say to somebody in private, but not out in the open. But I promised that I would tell you, so I did. So that is the story of my most embarrassing video that I embarrassed Paul to you on YouTube. So peace, harmony, and don't have that much embarrassment in your life.